Who are you beyond the roles you play? In this episode, we explore how to rediscover your identity beyond being a wife, a mom, an employee, and more. Let's get into finding you again. As we continue to transition seasons and discuss the importance of quality supplements, I wanted to share a special offer from my favorite supplement company, Seeking Health. You can get 10% off your entire order at Seeking Health by going to the link at my website, natalietysdal.com/favorites. It's a great opportunity to try their high-end quality products and experience the benefits for yourself. Seeking Health offers a wide range of supplements designed to support your body's natural processes. Whether you're looking to optimize your digestion, boost your energy, or improve your mental clarity, they have something for everyone. One of the things I love about Seeking Health is their commitment to quality. Their products are GMO-free, backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee, and formulated with pure, scientifically backed ingredients. My family uses them. Remember, Seeking Health supplements are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any diseases. They're designed to support your body's natural healing processes. So if you're ready to take your health to the next level, be sure to check out natalietysdal.com/favorites. Let's embrace prevention, support our well-being, and maximize our body's healing potential. Hi everyone, it's Natalie. Today's episode is a quick solo one, short and sweet, because let's face it, this time of year is busy for all of us, and that's okay. While on vacation with my family last week, I found myself reflecting on something I wanted to share with all of you. We often get so caught up in everything we do, our roles, our responsibilities, our commitments, that we forget to ask ourselves, who am I beyond all of that? Of course, the roles we play, they're important, right? But have you ever paused to think about who you are outside of all the hats you wear? That's what I want to talk about today. And before getting into it, I want to say thank you for being here. Taking the time to listen means that you're investing in yourself. And I want you to know how proud I am of you for that. Whether you're out for a walk, maybe you're driving, maybe you're just hitting the gym this morning, this short episode is designed to inspire you and offer some ideas to help you navigate the hectic holiday season with a little more balance. If you're looking for even more tips and resources, I would love for you to check out my newsletter. It's packed with tools and ideas, links to things that I think you'll find helpful as you continue your journey towards balance and self-discovery. You can go to my website, natalietysdal.com, to sign up and read past episodes, blogs, and so much more. So let's get into it. When we're young, we often have time to dream and reflect on the things that really matter to us, especially in our high school and college days. We're looking towards our future and what we want to do with our lives. But during the busy years of building careers, raising families, we rarely pause to think about all of those things again. In fact, most of us just don't. Yet it's so important that we go back and we do that, because if we don't, resentment, bitterness can start to creep in as everyone else's needs start to take priority over our own needs. And I know you know what I'm talking about if you drive kids to sporting events and everything else. You've probably heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. And it's true. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's essential. Prioritizing your well-being allows you to show up better for everyone else in your life. We wear so many hats, but the truth is, God created you with a unique purpose and identity, and that goes beyond the roles that you fulfill. And even if you don't share a faith perspective, discovering your personal identity is vital to being successful and balanced. Society often ties our worth to all of the roles we play, right? Being a perfect mom, that's a whole nother episode we'll do one day. But society also ties worth to being a loving partner or a successful professional. But who are we when those roles shift, or maybe when they fade? Studies such as one published in Frontiers in Psychology reveal that burnout often stems from chronic stress and identity conflicts, like juggling being a mom, maybe an executive, a teacher, whatever professional role you play, all of the conflict that goes along with the working world and society can lead to emotional exhaustion. And although you might not define it as emotional exhaustion, when you come home at the end of the day and you just want to put your feet up, have a glass of wine, take a bath, shut the door, scroll on social media mindlessly, that is all a way of escaping because of emotional exhaustion. So how do we find peace outside of quitting our jobs or saying no to every appointment and commitment? How do we stop being emotionally exhausted? First, let's start by recognizing the subconscious impact of the conflicting roles we play. Then we're going to prioritize self-care and we're going to find some balance. Biblically, we can look at several verses that highlight identity. Psalms 139:14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. From a faith perspective, our identity starts with understanding that we're created with purpose and worth, and we don't have to go to the world to find that purpose. Whether you come at this from a faith-based view or maybe a secular view, ask yourself, what do I value, enjoy, and care about apart from what others do? I'll say it again so you don't have to rewind because I think it's really important. What do I value, enjoy, and care about apart from what I do for others? Let's talk about balancing roles with your true identity. There's a difference between the roles you play and your identity. Roles are assignments we take on. Identity is about who we are at our core. How can we truly understand where we're going if we're not even sure who we are at our core? So let me ask you this. How often do you take time to just be alone? Maybe meditate, pray, reflect. While we can appreciate the roles we play in life, it's important. Those roles are important, but it's important not to let them define us entirely. Here's an example. I was recently having a conversation with a former TV colleague, and both of us left the crazy busy news industry, and we're now growing our own businesses that align more closely with our personal values. For years, being on TV became a core part of my identity and her identity. When we were introduced at events or at social gatherings, that's how people described us. Was it a bad thing? Not necessarily, but if your sense of self-worth is tied solely to a role or a title, that can become unhealthy. And let me mention, I'm a much happier person not being a TV anchor. Although for years I thought it was important, and I did play an important role, I'm still in the media industry, but my values, the stories I want to tell, the interviews that I want to do are different from those that I was doing when I left. It led to a worldly culture of anxiety in the news business. I've talked about this a lot in past episodes if you want to go back and listen to that. But the sense of self-worth, being caught up in our professions, it's not unique to television or high-profile careers. It happens in a lot of professional spaces. We often cling to these external identities. But the question is that who we really are? And if that goes away, are we happy or are we devastated? Discovering your core values, it's a journey. It's not something that you're going to just sit down and do one day. So let's start by identifying 3 to 5, just 3 to 5 key values that you want your life to embody, independent of those roles and responsibilities that you have in your life. So those things might be qualities like faith, honesty, compassion, creativity. So I would love for you to reflect on how these values align with your actions and choices. Consider the story of Martha and Mary in the Bible. They had to navigate the balance between taking action and being fully present in the moment. Martha focused on serving and hospitality. How many of us are doing that right now with the holidays and decorating, shopping, and cooking? She becomes anxious and overwhelmed, while Mary chooses to sit at Jesus' feet, prioritizing his teaching. Jesus reminds Martha that Mary has chosen what's better, aligning her actions with her core value of spiritual growth and connection. The point here is that defining and really knowing and embracing your core values will make you feel whole and balanced. So what's unique to you that you can celebrate and share? Maybe you need to go back and discover these things using something like a personality tool, like if you've ever done in the past, many of us did this in college, StrengthsFinder or Enneagram. But know God has created you uniquely. You don't have to recreate yourself. And I encourage you to spend some time reflecting, journaling, reading, praying. I know that carving out that time, it's hard when we're busy people. I struggle with this in the hustle culture we live in every single day. But consider these questions. What brings me joy? What do I want to do more of in life? Then maybe try something new, join a local class, take up a hobby, maybe explore something creative. And lastly, I hope that you can surround yourself with supportive people. Find a small group, maybe a Bible study, maybe it's an exercise group, whatever it is, find a group that encourages personal growth and will be there for your journey. One of the best things to happen to me in the last few years was a couple of ladies from my neighborhood who got together for a Bible study. And from that larger group, we just kind of happened to find this smaller group of just three of us. We lead different lives. We have different jobs. We're at different stages of family life, but we're real and we're honest with each other. We found a no judgment zone that's encouraging and uplifting. And maybe it is because we're at different stages of our lives. We text scripture, we text troubles to each other, and those things make a big difference. So are there people that you could form a partnership with like this? It might be out of your comfort zone, but maybe start with a coffee. See how that relationship can grow. This group of mine, we started with a meeting that led us through a book. So it was kind of a Bible study / book club. It was hard to commit to those dates. I struggled with that because I had so much going on. It was hard to commit to those dates, but had I not done that, I would have missed out on a very special supportive group of ladies. So recapping today, your identity isn't tied to all of your roles. It's found in who you are as a person. Start journaling, or at least setting aside time to think about your identity, and start something that gives you joy. Not your kids, not your husband, although I know that they give you joy, of course, but what else gives you joy personally outside of those primary identities that you have? And if you don't know, try something new this week. Commit to a new class or a new hobby. I would love to hear your stories. Email me, find me on Instagram, leave me a comment there. And thank you again for being here. I'm praying for you and for your joy. Thank you for joining the Natalie Tysdal podcast. You can follow along on Instagram and at natalietysdal.com. Subscribe to the show to catch every new episode and leave a review so I can continue to bring you fresh content. See you next week.